Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of The Battle for Normandy by GMT. Now, last episode, we pretty much went through all of the landings and the airborne phase. So the invasion is 100% underway now, and a lot of forces are starting to get themselves up onto the beach and inland. So, a quick summary of what happened. Over by Utah, the 4th Infantry are slowly pushing off the beach and pushing north and south, while the airborne divisions, the 82nd and the 101st, are pushing. The 82nd is pushing north, while the 101st is pushing south. The 82nd has taken Montyburg after a hard-fought battle last episode, and they occupy both of those town tiles, which give them 4 victory points total for the Allies so far. And then down south by Carentan, we are currently trying to fight through Purple Heart Lane right now, as it was known. Quick little history lesson. This area right here was the site, this bridge. Really, it was a series of 4 bridges all along here. And that was the site of a very hard-fought battle by the 101st Airborne to get into Carentan and hold it. I believe that was in the Band of Brothers TV show and book as well. So, anyway, this is going on. We've got some airborne forces that are cut off and out of supply, but the Germans holding there are pretty low. So, we'll see if we're able to break through there pretty soon. Over by Omaha, still being hard fought, still holding some of the beaches, but our forces are starting to make progress, and you can see cracks, and our forces starting to slip through. So there's that. And then over by the British beachheads, we have pretty much slipped through and completely surpassed all of the German forces, the beach defenses. So we're heading straight towards Bayeux, as well as we've captured Kureli. That's another 2 victory points, I believe, or 1. Either way, we're very close to our victory point objectives already, still on June 6th, p.m. Over towards Kane, however you want to pronounce it. The Germans are looking really weak right now, but if you look back, you can see they are about to get some pretty heavy hitters into the town. Some Panzer IV battalions, some more artillery, Panzer Grenadiers. Yeah, it's going to get pretty tough over here. So we'll see how well the Canadians and British can flow over into Caen. And yeah, right now we're about to watch the German movement and combat phase. Alright everyone, the Germans have moved, and you can probably see their forces are starting to get pretty thick. All of their coastal forces are now allowed to move as well, at least on the Croatan Peninsula. So we're going to see lots of, mostly out of supply units, moving towards the front line over here. But anyway, things that happen, they're forming a front line along this perimeter, or pretty much right along Montyburg. There was a counterattack here, but it did fail. This unit was actually thrown back and had to retreat. But it linked up with another unit from its regiment, the 919th Regiment of the 709th Infantry Division, I believe that is. So they're going to group up and attack Montyburg again soon. And other things that happen, more forces starting to gather around the, what's this river called? The Murdere River. So they're going to hold that defensive line there. Over here, I believe we had an attack from these German forces, and it ended up just being a stalemate. Nothing happened. Over here, we've got more forces gathering, more, this is the 352nd unit. These guys are probably the best division over originally on the coastal defenses. So most of them are gathering a little bit south of Omaha, ready to receive the Americans as soon as they break through the rest of those beach defenses. Now, Bayou has been garrisoned a little bit. Pretty much one battalion is holding the entire city, and that's a big city, along with some artillery. So it's not going to hold long. And you can see the British have an open line to the city to begin contesting. So we'll see how that goes. Over by Caen, we're having some units starting to push in. I believe, no, I don't think those guys counterattacked. I think these guys are just weak from the beach assault. But yeah, it's getting hairy up here. The um, lots of the German forces have reached Caen, like I mentioned earlier. These guys are still holding out, but it's looking pretty tight for them still. These units are going to be out of supply soon. So, yeah, Germans are looking in a pretty perilous position right now. If they continue to fall at the same pace they fell along the beaches before their reinforcements arrive, they're going to crack right open. And Americans and British forces are going to come pouring through over here. So let's see what happens next. All right, everyone, we are back. The Germans have taken their night movement phase, as you can see, and they have moved even more forces up. Now, in the game mechanics, one of the advantages for the Germans during the nighttime is that at least in, I think it's the first month, they get all of the MP free to use during night, while the Allies only get half of their movement points. So the Germans are a lot more agile at nighttime. But as you can see, unit density is getting pretty thick up in the north here. We have multiple divisions showing up along Montyburg. We actually have an attack that's about to take place. These are bicycle units. That's interesting. Two infantry battalions about to attack Montyburg. This depleted parachute battalion. The reason we don't have everyone attack is, again, in the game mechanics, essentially, if you attack a certain point and another unit can attack you, and that's like hasn't been attacked, then you have to also attack that unit. Like this guy, he can't attack him without this guy being occupied, if that makes sense. So a little tricky sometimes to plan attacks, but using artillery is a pretty good way to do it as well. Anyway, so we've got that going on up there. Really strong German presence over here. They may even counterattack and try to relieve Sainte Marie. Anyway, down in the south, you can see the Americans have broken through that bridge, and now they are beginning their assault on Carentan, which is defended by a ragtag bunch of forces over here. So let's move over here. So I wonder, are these guys even... These guys almost seem like they should be out of supply, because they can't draw supply directly from the core. Anyway, that's something I can figure out later. Over here, we've got pretty much static positions from last time. They don't have too much movement to do. Over here, we see some more units have arrived. And then over along Caen, the 21st Panzer Division with Panzer Grenadiers, that's how I should say it. They have arrived to Caen, and they are going to put up a pretty strong defense around it until, as you can see, there's some reinforcements coming in. This darker shade for the Germans means SS. So big, scary, elite German troops, usually fanatical. So these guys are coming in as reinforcements, and this is the 12th SS. So any SS division is going to be pretty good, but 12th SS, I believe, wasn't. They're mostly newer recruits, but they've still got pretty good equipment. Down here we got Panzer Leher. I think that's how you pronounce it. They've actually got Tigers. Let's see if there they are. See that second unit over underneath the division? Pretty crazy. Anyway, let's see more units. There's that unit right there coming in. These guys. 17th SS is starting to arrive. Some HQs. 2nd or 265 starting to arrive. Yeah, lots of German reinforcements are coming, so if they can last, then they'll be okay. Alright, quick update. We fought a battle in combat mission over Montyburg. It was a really boring and one-sided battle, so I'm not going to show it, but essentially these two battalions, German battalions, retook this side of Montyburg without this division putting up much of a fight. So no artillery was able to be used or anything. These guys won. These guys took a step loss. Yeah, I'm going to edit some of the rules for porting these attacks over to combat mission. Essentially just because what happened here is both battalions had so much artillery and like mortars and support assets where they were able to pretty much destroy most of the U.S. infantry company without even like pushing in to engage until the end. So and it's really tedious controlling two entire battalions for the players. That's what they were telling me. So at least the German player was telling me. So I'm going to try to restrict battles to at the most be one battalion versus one battalion, and then we can even make them smaller, but if it's multiple battalions involved, then we kind of pull randomly from the different battalions that will be in the actual fight. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking, especially if they're in a stack. But anyway, I will be right back. Alright everyone, we're back with the Allied night movement. Then after this we're going to have the replacement phase, in which the both sides are going to get some replacements for their units that have taken beatings. So the Allies have continued pushing towards Montyburg. Pretty much in this stage of the game, both sides are forming up battle lines and getting ready to duke it out and taking advantage of any little amount that is left. But I wonder what happened there. It's kind of weird. Anyway, this is what things are looking like. More allies pouring in. We've even got tanks and infantry over here getting ready to attack some of these guys. Bayeux is being contested now. Pretty interesting. This is an entire battalion, two entire battalions of one is infantry and one is recon vehicles, it looks like. And then more units pushing south. These two units are still kind of caught out, but they seem like they're about to make their escape. And then yeah, Canadians and British are beginning to make their pushes south. We can see, again, this is a major strong point right here. Over here is, well actually that's just some martyrs. Those could be taken out pretty easily. But yeah, these guys are slowly being surrounded, so we'll see what happens there. But Germans, oh, I didn't mention that. Oh, huh, it's weird. Some of these units seem to have moved already. But one of the big things I wanted to show you was, oh, wrong one. There we go. Here's the losses that each side has taken so far. So, we have, or some of them might have been replaced already. Let me look at something. Oh yeah, totally. So, the units aren't here still, but we still have the steps to show. So, the infantry that the Germans lost, they lost, let's See, each time it goes to 5 step losses, you get 1 replacement. So that means they would have lost 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 infantry steps, 29 total. That is a lot of units. That's 29 companies right there, essentially. They lost 5, 7 armor steps, which can include anti-tank units, flak units, that sort of stuff. So, yeah, that is a lot of German losses. Most of them seem to be from the 716 and 352 battalion or divisions, because these don't really count. But 91st has also taken some losses. Then for the Americans and British, they have taken a total of... Oh, what happened there? Huh. Weird. I guess the US player didn't take any infantry step losses, which is surprising. Very surprising. That's probably wrong. But anyway, they took a lot. A little confused here, but as you can see, they had 4 armor step losses, really 9 armor step losses because of this rent replacement. It does look like the British took a lot more losses though than the Americans did. The American paras got chewed up, but other than that, their losses are pretty okay. So anyway, guys, we got one more turn and then we're done with the episode. Alright, I just had the Allied AM move, and I am going to show you all the interesting things that are going on right now. So we've got our front line right here along Montyburg. Pretty strong front line from both sides. Lots of different units in here too, which is really interesting. They're starting to split up their units into more like realistic formations now, versus like holding a tile with like a single anti-tank division. Now they're splitting up the anti-tank division and infantry or battalions among each other, so that they can use each other's forces, sort of like a combined arms, like right here. So interesting. We've also got all of the different attacks that will be happening. So the Allies moving up a lot into the north, took out a battery right here. They're going to be attacking at this point right here. So they are attacking with a tank, a depleted tank battalion, infantry battalion, 2 more infantry battalions. Is this an entire regiment right here? Those 2 units are the same regiment, and then this guy is from the 12th. So different regiments, but the tanks are there supporting. Anyway, I think the reason they didn't attack here is because the units on the flank look pretty weak, so they might be able to push the flank and sort of envelop around Montyburg rather than pushing right through it. But we'll see. Down in the south, we've got another assault on St. Mary-en-Glees from two different airborne divisions are participating in it. We've got an OST company and an anti-tank company left over in there. So then we've got 2 airborne battalions attacking a German airborne. Looks like this is just a heavy weapons battalion, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes. Over here, oh, look at this. They've pushed through that level 4 and level 1 that were over here. They're getting ready to push down into the German troops now. So we've got these 2 getting ready to attack this point in the woods, heavy wooded area. So that's actually going to be a really interesting battle. Then we've got, there's only one battalion here attacking, but they're attacking a flak position. So that could be interesting. We'll see. Then we've got some tanks and some infantry attacking. Oh, tanks and infantry. That's going to be one of the more interesting battles. Then over with the British. Oh, look at this, is a huge front. We've got some infantry and some special tanks. That'll be fun. Attacking some German infantry. I'm assuming that's a company of these guys. And then we've got some Shermans and some more infantry attacking this company, defending that part of the city. And then we've got that recon and infantry attacking this flak battalion. So let's see. Oh, then we've got some major pushes over here. These are going to be good battles. We've got some Canadian infantry and some Crocs. And then some more infantry and some Fireflies pushing against some Martyrs and some Panzer Grenadiers. So that's going to be an interesting battle. Then we've got, I'm assuming, are all three, oh, that's why. All three of these units are attacking this one strong point. So we're going to have some recon infantry. What kind of infantry is that? Oh, it's depleted. Some tanks, infantry. Those are Fireflies again, so that's pretty big. Some more infantry and some more special tanks attacking. Ooh, that's, I don't know what kind of unit that is. Let's see really quick. I believe that's, is that these 7.5 centimeter PAC 40 39Hs? I think that's what those are. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Yeah, I think that's what those are. Anti-tank guns. So that's going to be a huge battle. Then we've got some recon cars and infantry going up against an anti-tank battalion right here. And then we've got some more Fireflies. You can tell they're Fireflies because of the really long gun, and they have 666 as their attack, defense, and movement. And they're going up against Panzer IVs and some engineers, some pioneers, I should say. And then we have one attack over here. Some, air-lifted units and some scout cars against an OST battalion. Nice. The reason these guys aren't participating is because just this attack right here doesn't cost any supply points, which are important. So guys, we're going to have many battles to start doing, but I think the first one we're going to do is over here. The PAC and the infantry, really that's bicycle infantry unit up against 3 American infantry units and a Sherman unit. So guys, that will be exciting to watch. But anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your evening, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.